So we hear a lot of discussion today about starting your own business and how everybody in their 20s should just strike off and be an entrepreneur. What are some, I guess, the beginning lessons? You're new into your entrepreneurial journey, correct? Mm-hmm. How long have you? I guess you've just recently, within the past year and a half, 2 years, mm-hmm. started or joined Strong Spine Chiropractic.
Yep, we started this clinic, or we started this idea in school. We started seriously looking for space and thinking we could do it ourselves. Probably last February. And between space, equipment, everything else, it took us till October to get the doors open. Take a business class, or more than one business class.
Yeah.
Know what you're doing. Yes, you have a great idea if you want to start a business in your 20s, but you have to know how to run a business, how to look at quarterly goals, how to sell, how to market. You have to know what you're doing behind the scenes, or you have to hire someone who does, or it's going to be a rough march.
Yeah, and I think to your point, a lot of people, I think it's knowing yourself and like what you're good at, mm-hmm. What you can kind of take on as an entrepreneurial venture, what you can shoulder, I guess, yeah. Like, I can speak to you. You're very good in person and marketing, directly to people. Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't necessarily need to hire like a marketing firm for that. But, like for instance, your accounting, is that something you guys do in-house or is that something you outsource?
We outsource that.
Oh, we'd love to hear that.
Yeah, no, we meet with accountants probably quarterly, a little bit more now in tax season, mm-hmm. but they get to make sure everything coming in is going out and every dollar is accounted for. It's just one more burden we don't have to worry about when someone who has a degree in that and knows what they're talking about does that for us.
So you find great value in being able to hand it off, I guess mm-hmm. from knowing yourself, right?
Yes.
That's a little too much to, kind of bootstrap or learn by yourself.
As you tell us a 1 or 2 man show, something has to give.
Sure.
And one thing we've learned is people go to school for very specific things and they're very good at that very specific thing. Use their talents, like use the surrounding community, the people in the area that know what they're talking about, take their advice. And if they have a service you can use, if you can afford it, use it. Get out there and it will help your business in the long run because you are not spending hours on the back end where you could be at home or
working on the rest
of the clinic. Yeah.
Right, that you're good at,
Yeah. Do what you are very good at and know what is going on with the rest of your business. But if you're not naturally, into numbers or accounting and you let someone else do that for you, it just makes life simpler.
So back to your point, though, you were talking about taking a business class. You need at least a basic understanding, I guess, of what's going on at a high level, I guess, from the mm-hmm. accounting standpoint. More so you know that you're getting the good service that you think you're paying for, I think.
Yeah.
Being able to understand those reports that are coming in and being able to sit down. And I think that's an important point is having contractors that you trust and you're able mm-hmm. to sit down with and have a dialogue with and understand the work they're doing for you.
Yes.
And that's something that your guys' outsourced accounting does for you. It seems mm-hmm. like they sit down and kind of go over those goals and then how to plan for those goals and what the results of, the operations have been.
Yeah, and that trickles down into the office. Like we meet with that and we kind of know what the company goals are, and then we go down into personal goals and how do those relate and how does that focus back on keeping the doors open, keeping the lights on, doing everything else that we need to do to stay as a good company, as a functioning company.